Federal government has donated since 2007 $13.5 million to Telethon, which we're really grateful for. It sets an example, and the value of the Commonwealth's donation isn't just in the dollars. We usually open a telethon with Julie, or if the Prime Minister were available, we'd love to have him open with his wife open telethon. But we open telethon with the federal government's money because it's our money. The federal government is actually using our money back to support what we're doing as a broader community. And that's the example we set as we start telethon.
Thank you, Kerry Stokes. It's really wonderful to be here, to see the faces of the many organisations that have benefited from telethon over the years. The generosity of the WA community has helped so many people, and you're all linked by the thread of love that has made telethon such a great success. It's a terrific example of the community and businesses working together in the common cause of improving the lives of young West Australians. Now, last year, as Kerry noted, Julie Bishop, who is here with our colleague Matthias Cormann, handed a cheque of $1.5 million to telethon on behalf of the Australian government. And that was bringing the federal government's contribution to $12 million since 2007. As Kerry noted, that was a contribution from every single Australian. It isn't the government's money, it isn't our money, it is your money. That is a contribution from every Australian. But I want to say something about philanthropy and giving. You know, $1.5 million from the federal government, or $500,000 from the state government, or $1 million from a big company, they will buy the same amount of money as $1 million or $1.5 million raised from the community. But when people give money from their own savings, when they raise money from walking like Scott did, or they support Scott, or when they raise money from a lemonade stand, or whether they dive into their own savings account and make a contribution, large or small, it comes with their love attached to it. $1 from the government buys as much as $1 from you. But the dollar from you, from the community, comes from your heart. It makes you an advocate. Every donor to telethon is a spokesman or spokeswoman, an advocate, an ambassador for the cause of looking after the health of young West Australians, of trying to find those cures, of trying to support that, of supporting that research, of supporting the caring. And that is that is why this cause, this telethon, is so important. You know, Kerry, you and I, listening to you, we have very similar values about philanthropy. Both of us, both of our families, have had success, and we've worked hard, as have many others. But we recognise that there are many people who have worked as hard as us, worked much harder than us, that have not been successful. We know there are many people, many young people, who are ill, who have medical problems, who have diseases, who have complications, which they don't deserve. Nobody deserves that. What they do deserve is our love and our commitment. And so, Kerry, your values of giving, the leadership you and your family show, is very important in this endeavour of telethon. You bind the community together, big donors, big companies, big multinationals, and small donations. What about the Williams sisters, who raised $32 by setting up a lemonade stall in their local park in Kerry? And of course, you have the big ones, BHP Billiton's 4-year $20 million pledge. During the telecast, everyone watches the total rise as donations of $10 and $20 are added alongside those of $1,000 and $10,000 and the much bigger sums from the $1 million and more sponsors. Donations are read out no matter how big or small, $5 from a piggy bank, a 10-year-old's pocket money, the the largesse of a Lamington drive or an office fund run. It's all of those amounts, big and small, that have helped Telethon raise more than $200 million since 1968. Telethon is not only supporting the community, it's not only supporting the kids in our community, and Jonathan mentioned the research supports kids across Australia as well as Western Australia. Jonathan, it supports kids all over the world. The work our scientists do save lives everywhere in the world. That research belongs to the world. It's our contribution to the world, to the world's children. The Princess Margaret Hospital for Children, the Telethon Kids Institute, are Telethon's two major beneficiaries, as you know. These new funds will enable the Children's Hospital to fund 2 scholarships and 3 fellowship positions. They'll help the Telethon Kids Institute continue its research into treatments and cures for diseases like leukemia, diabetes, autism and asthma. The researchers at the Telethon Kids Institute have made incredible strides since the centre was established by Professor Fiona Stanley 26 years ago, helping us understand the role a mother's diet can play in preventing spina bifida, pioneering insulin pump therapy for children with diabetes, improving the diagnosis of fetal alcohol spectrum disorder are among the Institute's many achievements. Now, this philanthropy is a critically important part of our social integrity, of our social cohesion. And philanthropy flourishes most in places where the community is strong, where the community sees itself as a key stakeholder, where things are driven from the grassroots up as much as they are from the top down. You see, where a cause like this belongs to the community, then everyone can play a part in it. They're not disempowered by the fact that a government is making a big contribution or a big company is making a big contribution. The genius of Telethon is that it comes from the heart of Western Australians. Every Western Australian feels they own a piece of it, and they know that their contribution, no matter how small, is as meaningful because it comes with the same love of the larger donations. Everybody feels they own a piece of this, and it builds that community support. It ties the community together. So I want to congratulate the West Australian community for your generosity, to Channel 7 for your foresight and tapping into it, and your energy and continuing for nearly 5 decades, and to all the volunteers who make Telethon happen each year. And to the beneficiaries, whose names we all saw a moment ago, you who receive this very practical expression of love, thank you for the great work you do. You are bringing your intellect, your energy, and you're bundling it up with love in the most pure and practical form, caring for our children. Thank you all very much, and congratulations, Western Australia.